been rereading this one for months now. How much she's enjoying writing about the end of the universe. I just need to read this book. Where's my bookmark? Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. So I am a bit late doing this tag because it is already the 13th of November, but I still want to do the end of the year book tag because it is the end of the year. If you don't know the end of the year book tag, this was created a long time ago by Ariel Bassat, and I love just seeing how everyone keeps doing this tag every year. It's kind of just looking forward to the last, you know, month and a half, in my case, of the year. See which books I still want to read, see if I have some reading plans. There are just a few questions, so without further ado, let's just take a look. The first one is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? There are definitely a few. I have 3 of them. The first one is Six of Crows. I'm actually rereading this one on my Kindle. Have been rereading this one for months now, ever since the TV show was released, and I'm halfway through. I would still really like to read it, or like finish my reread, because I'm enjoying this book a lot, but there are just so many other books that I wanted to read more, and because the TV show was released, I was just in this Six of Crows hype, you know, this Shadow and Bone hype. So I wanted to reread this because it's been years. So hopefully I'll be able to finish that, as well as The Salt Pet by Raynor Wynn. This is a non-fiction one that I actually started last week. It is about a couple, and the husband finds out that he is terminally ill, so they decide to go on this very long walk. It is called the 630-mile southwest coast path from Somerset to Dorset in Great Britain, and it is just all about their experiences going on this long walk, sleeping outside in nature, just learning more about themselves and about, you know, their partners. Very just beautiful and inspiring. Hope to finish this one as well. And then the last one is called The End of Everything, written by Katie Mack. This is also a non-fiction one. This is all about the universe and how it could potentially end in like billions of years. This is the end of everything, astrophysically speaking. So this scientist, Katie, she's very passionate about just finding out what might potentially happen with the universe in billions of years. So she is explaining these, I believe, 5 different ways that the universe could end. For example, in a big fireball, or like imploding in itself, you know. It's very interesting. It's a bit scary to think about, but luckily we don't have to worry about it yet. But what I love about this book is that she's so passionate about this topic, so you can really feel how much she's enjoying writing about the end of the universe. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying this one a lot, but it's just quite dense, so that is why it's taken me quite a long time to read. The next question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? Yes, I have one. I've actually already read this one. It is called The X-Hex by Erin Sterling, and I absolutely loved it. This is a story about love and about curses and about witches, and it was very, very fun. It is about this girl named Viv, I believe Viv? Yeah, Vivian. And she broke up. She had a horrible boyfriend and she wanted to curse him. She was just like drinking vodka, trying to get over her, you know, heartbreak, and she was like, I'm gonna curse him, but it was just a joke. She never thought that it would actually work. Like, she knows she's a witch, but she never knew that the curse would actually work because she was just using a fun scented candle and not a proper like witchy candle. So she was like, I'm gonna curse him, and then she actually curses him. But then years later he comes back to town and there is still this curse. This was incredibly fun, and it really felt like a perfect autumnal read. So if you haven't read it yet, highly recommend this one. I enjoyed it so much. This is like one of the first romances that I actually really enjoyed, probably because it's also about witches and fantasy and magic. But yeah, really fun one and very autumnal. Is there a new release you're still waiting for? No. If you've been following my channel for a while, you may know that I just don't keep up or keep track with new releases. I just choose not to because I get incredibly overwhelmed with all of the new books that are coming out every freaking month. So I just try to focus on the books that I already have, or books that are just, you know, on my radar that are already out. I just don't keep track of new releases. The only new releases that I'm interested in are from my favorite authors like Erin Morgenstern or Taylor Jenkins Reid, but apart from that, I just don't, because I get very overwhelmed. I really admire people who are so, you know, they buy a new release and they immediately read it, and I'm just like, how do you do it? That's not me. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? The first one is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I've never read this one before, and everyone is always raving about the fact that this is a really brilliant dark academia. I'm very excited. I just Like I want to start reading it today actually, and it's about this murder and about this man who thinks might be the murderer but maybe he's innocent, and it's about, you know, this group of friends at, is it at like a university or like a college? Oh, at like a elite conservatory. It sounds really cool. I really hope to finish it this year. I'm just not in the best reading mood, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, definitely this one. Also this one, Andy Weir's Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary. Why haven't I started this book? It sounds amazing and everyone is raving about this book. Andy Weir, by the way, is also an author, but if he releases a new book I want to read it. But he's the writer of The Martian, and this is another science fiction one. People are saying it's even better than The Martian. It says a lone astronaut must save the Earth from disaster in this incredible new science-based thriller from #1 New York Times bestselling author of The Martian. And it's about Ryland, who is the sole survivor on a desperate last chance mission, and if he fails, humanity and Earth itself will perish. I just need to read this book. It's been on my TBR, like on my shelf from the moment it was released this year. Definitely that one. And the last one is this one, Greek Myths by Jean Menzies. I've actually started this, so it's also one that I want to finish this year. But this is all about Greek mythology, and it just looks amazing. Look at all the illustrations. That's absolutely brilliant. It was actually like I've read, where's my bookmark? Oh, there it is. This is the most pathetic bookmark. It's just a piece of paper. I literally designed like 20 plus bookmarks in my life and I'm using a piece of paper. Oh well. I'm on page 20 and it's actually a really quick read because there's so many beautiful illustrations. So let's see if I can do it. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? And actually, yes, I think this one has a very high chance of becoming my favorite book of the year, because everyone is raving about it, because I love science fiction, because I love The Martian, and because people are saying it's better than The Martian. So we'll see. I'm very excited. Come on, I can do this. And then the last one is, have you already started making reading plans for next year? Again, no. I am very much a mood reader. I am just like, I like making TBRs, but I just generally never stick to a TBR. So it doesn't really make sense for me to, you know, make reading plans for next year. Please let me know in the comments if you're also like that, if you're a mood reader, if you can't really do TBRs, if you just don't really like, you know, with all these new releases. And let me know what type of reader you are. Like when I first started BookTube, I was very much into doing these TBRs and sticking to them, but I just found out and I realized that that is not the way I like to read. I am much more interested in just picking up a book that I feel like reading at that time and not being restricted to like, I have to read this book because I said it in a TBR, because then it just starts to feel like a chore and I never want reading to feel like a chore. So that is why I've just decided to not really do all of these reading goals or TBRs anymore, and it's actually making me feel a lot better when it comes to my reading. So I'm very happy I decided to do that. These are actually all of the questions on the end of the year book tag. It's always a really short tag, but I just love looking at these books and seeing, okay, I'm actually very excited to read these two books, like very much. So I'm going to start If We Were Villains today, and we'll see what I think of it. Oh, I just found out that the cover is like embossed. Look, that is absolutely stunning. That's cool. Okay, this was a really short one, but nevertheless, I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you want to follow me on my social media, you can always check out the links in my description, because I always leave them there, so you can just, you know, find me elsewhere. Again, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.